Welcome back to Mindset of a Dreamer. In this episode, I am talking to one of my good friends, Tony Crosby. Tony is a basketball content creator. He posts a lot of dunk videos. Did I mention that he's only 5'6"? That's what's so impressive about his entire story. He's a professional dunker. I think I forgot to mention that too. He is a professional dunker at 5'6". His story is incredible. In this podcast, we talk about his social media grind when he realized that he could take dunking serious. I think that his story can inspire so many people because he's the type of person that has never let his circumstance dictate his action and the dreams that he's going after. He believes in himself, he's confident, but he's also very humble and just one of the most genuine people that I've ever met. So I hope that you guys enjoy this episode.
I woke up dreaming, reality looking better. I'm getting rid of these demons. My dreams ain't really deceiving. Hey, it's so saving. You want it back, gotta crave it. Baby, I feel like David. My mind is healthy, I know it. My mind is better, I show it.
How you been, bro?
Chilling. Life's good.
You just got back from Abu Dhabi, you said?
Yeah. Got to go with the NBA for the first time. Well, I've done other NBA events, but Abu Dhabi with the NBA is first.
How was that?
It's fun, tiring, a lot of work, but...
What did you even do?
So I had 2 dunk shows out there and a dunk contest at one of the, NBA games on the court. And then the other 2 at, a fan appreciation thing out there they had. So I had, 2 different venues.
And how long were you there for?
A week.
Walk me through, what that week looked like.
So first...
This is your first time in Dubai?
Yeah.
I've been there about 20 times. No, I'm kidding. I've never been out the country.
Yeah, I'm not a traveler, though, I'm not gonna lie. Just doing what I do for so long now.
Uh-huh.
I've been traveling for 7 years straight, because it's track first and now dunk thing. But traveled out there, 26 hours of travel.
On the plane, 26 hours?
Yeah, well, probably 20 altogether on the plane. It was 4.5 to Newark, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And then from there it was 14 and a half all the way to Abu Dhabi.
Is the plane at least comfortable somewhat? It's like a regular plane, or it's the one where you get to lay back?
The one where you get 14 hours, not a regular plane. It's regular seating. And I was next to a kid on the way there, too, a kid and a mom. And
on the way to New Jersey?
No, on the way to Dubai. And I didn't sleep at all, bruh. I was like, no, I don't need any melatonin or anything. It was rough. It was a trip for sure. But once I got there, we also had an hour drive to the hotel. Then everything got nice and settled. We stayed in the W Hotel, which I don't know a lot about hotels, but that's the fancy one from what I've been told.
Seemed nice.
Yeah, room was nice. We all had our own rooms, food.
So they flew you out there, took care of everything. The NBA did?
Yeah.
Okay. So walk me through what was a week there like?
Literally the first 2 days we had to ourselves. So I went shop. Well, I didn't really go shop. I went to the mall. Went to the Nike store. I got my girl some chocolate and stuff.
You were by yourself?
Yeah. Well, there was 2 other dunkers, but that day I went by myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Got some chocolates. Checked the Nike store to see if they had any Dubai exclusive stuff because I don't need the regular Nike stuff just here. I got a T-shirt for my dad and stuff like that, and then was just chilling, just trying to get my body right for the next couple days, and then yeah.
And then what was the main events that you were there for?
So the first one, they have a fan appreciation, which is at a whole different venue.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they do an NBA kids basketball tournament. But I think it's a set thing that they always do because I know one of the coaches. So they had that at one venue out there.
Yeah.
So it was all NBA stuff, and they had the actual NBA court.
Dang.
So at the arena, it's the Etihad Arena or something like that.
So you did. It was an actual NBA game, or it was just NBA?
Yeah, they played 2 preseason games there.
And then you did a dunk contest in between that?
Mm-hmm. So they had the preseason game. They had a day of just events with celebrities, a bunch of different famous soccer players. 2 Chainz performed, and then we dunked after 2 Chainz.
You met some cool people, or?
Yeah, I met Ronaldinho. I'm not super into soccer, so I'm not gonna lie. Me neither. Not sorry to hurt anybody's feelings, but met him.
It's funny that's the first name that you go to, and you meet anybody cool. So he must be like that.
He has 80 million on Instagram. So
okay.
And then I jumped over Iker Casillas. He has 20 million on.
That sounds like a UFC fighter.
Soccer player. Yeah, it's I guess a bunch of famous soccer players. Met another actor too that was super cool. I let him shoot the ball, and then he was my friend the rest of the trip. So yeah. Watched 2 Chainz perform in person.
How'd you perform at the dunk contest?
Oh, I got second. So my knees tweaked out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got out there. Because we dunked 3 times. And low-key had a lot of dunking. But first day went smooth, whatever. We had it's like a dunk show. So basically you just go and kind of, just like you're in an open gym starter setting. They got the announcer, they'll kind of gas it up. You bring some fans on, jump over one of them or something like that.
But it was was it a packed stadium? Was it?
It was a gym, and it was low-key people around. It wasn't like a full arena. The other one that I had the dunk contest at, that was full NBA arena.
And that wasn't this trip?
No, that was this trip. It was 3 different
Three different dunk contests?
Yeah, that's why the second day my knee was no.
So
I still did solid though.
So you did 3 days.
Yeah.
You got second in overall or
Nah, just that one day. Because the other one wasn't really contests.
Oh, it was just kind of showing off type of thing.
Go dunk, make some cool stuff, enjoy, get the fans involved, take pictures. And rock
That's
out.
pretty cool.
That's my favorite way to do it. I ain't gonna lie. The contest is cool when you can just go interact with people.
Not worry about competing.
You can try crazier stuff too, because you're in a contest, obviously you want to win. If you're just dunking around,
it's cool to see somebody miss something that's spectacular.
Yeah, you can try whatever you want. It's not oh he sucks or oh dang I'm not gonna win this $4,000 dunk contest or whatever. So yeah,
that's dope, bro. So this is, I feel like you just saying that you got flown to Dubai by the NBA to do a dunk contest.
Yeah,
this is just the main part. I feel of why your story, and maybe there's other parts of it that I just don't know about, but the main part of your story that would inspire people, because you know what I'm gonna say, your height, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6", 5'6" and a half.
Okay, so 5'6" and a half, right? Yeah. How do you not limit yourself, bro?
Honestly, I don't know. I just always wanted to compete. When I started, it was just all right, I want to dunk.
Obviously, now it's different because you're doing it and you're really, really good at what you do. But early on, I want to take this story let's go back.
So what started it was I was a college track and field athlete, and I was a high jumper
at GCU.
Yes, and I was not a track and field athlete. How it happened, it just worked out to where I was able to go compete at Division I level. And I got there, and I had a friend that liked to talk trash. So then that's what kind of pushed me to be okay, well, now I got to beat him. And he was pretty good. So I was once I'm able to be better than him, then just keep pushing the limits. And COVID happened and everything. And I was a basketball player originally. So I went, all right, I finally don't have to just sit and jump in a straight line or run in a straight line all day and train for track. So the same kind of training thing, but hooping now. And I was able to dunk a lot better when I started hooping.
When's the first time you dunked?
I was 15, but I wasn't dunking consistently. It was a one good day.
So when you started dunking consistently, was there anything in your mind that was oh, I need to take this serious?
Nah.
You were just bro, I got up there.
Yeah, I was hating on TikTok, TikTok lame. And then I was you know what, let me throw my dunks, because I thought my dunks was
You were
cool.
doing something different on TikTok or something?
Nah, I wasn't doing
Why
nothing.
were you saying it was lame?
When TikTok came out, I was dancing. And I'm not dancing and stuff like that, so when it happened, I was let me get on TikTok, see what it's talking about. I made some random funny videos with friends. Not probably 2 or 3.
Everybody did.
Yeah, and I was hooping. And I'm all right, I can do this dunk. And I would post a windmill. And then I started dunking on people in games. And it got on Sports Center and everything. And that's when it
just in rec games? Or you're saying
literally at the lab.
Oh, that's actually, is that where I met you at? Don't be mad at me for putting commercials in this video. It is the brand that you guys all love and know, Dreamer Outfits. We just did the fall drop. So when you guys buy from Dreamer Outfits, you're also helping me be able to line myself up to do the best interviews as well. So thank you guys for supporting. Fall drop is out now. And if you guys use MOAD, M-O-A-D, 25% off. Only for you guys that are a part of watching this podcast right here.
Either there or it was something with court. Actually, it was probably at the lab with court.
Like a park takeover type of thing, but at the lab. It probably was. I think.
Yeah, they did a couple things there. And then you were at the, FAR, Glendale, that here, park. Heroes Park? Did you go to that?
That was the one that Friga was at, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that was the first time I went was when Friga was there.
Yep.
But okay, so early on, and you started posting stuff, and it just started going viral. People started reposting it.
Yeah, basically.
But you still weren't really taking it serious. You were what were you doing at the time?
Just going back to school. It was
COVID.
I was I'm just hooping for now because I can. But
yeah,
this school is paying me a scholarship.
To run track.
Yeah.
You're not really worried about anything else.
Nah, I wanted to hoop, and I tried to make it happen. My track coach shut all that down. Like when I transferred to LIU after everything happened, or after I left GCU. COVID
What is
happened.
LIU?
Long Island University.
That's in California.
Nah, it's in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh,
it's a small. Well, I don't say small. It's
I'm not
D1.
stupid as far as like the location, but I thought you came from California.
I did.
Okay, so that's why I asked that question. For those of you that said Long Island, he said California.
Yeah.
No,
I am from Long Beach though, so it's similar. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so then at what point did it? Because now this is what you do. Like Tony is this pro dunker, social media, and I do air quotes here, influencer. And I give you the influencer title myself, like saying that because you actually inspire people. I think a lot of people say influencer, and all they do is have followers, and it's like you're not doing anything to influence people. I don't consider myself an influencer, even though that's my goal is to influence people. So whether you have
pretty motivating,
and exactly, so I feel like people that are motivating and inspiring. But regardless, this is now what you do.
Yeah.
So at what point did it shift from okay, I'm a college student just doing TikTok randomly, and now it's like, okay, what if I take this serious?
Honestly, bro, when I went to Long Island University, hated it, didn't like New York. I don't know why I picked that school out of all the schools I had offers to, but like when I transferred. But I got out there, bro, like TikTok was kind of moving, and I was
What does that mean? Like at what point?
It was like probably end of first semester out there, and then so first semester I was posting like just track TikToks, workout TikToks. Obviously everybody's like, oh, you're 5'6" dunking. How do you dunk? And I've been training for a really long time.
So you said it's like kind of picking up or whatever. But what is that like number that you're like, okay, this is serious?
So I started to make like a little bit of money. And
so you was making money on TikTok?
Not a lot. I would say like at that time it was probably like maybe 200 to maybe like. On a good, like, oh my God, crazy month, like 1,000. Because I didn't have any brand deals or nothing. It was literally just like whatever.
Yeah, what was the follower count at the time?
I think I was at like 20, 30K. But like this was when TikTok was like newer. So like I was low key like, okay, 20, 30K then is low key all right. And I was on it every day. I was posting probably like 5 times a day. My Instagram was higher than my TikTok for some reason. Very odd numbers.
And it's just from posting dunking videos.
Yeah, because I did a lot of stuff with Balls Life. I was in a Balls Life dunk contest and everything. So a lot of those videos, and whenever we posted stuff, those followers.
So how did they reach out to you? Like when did that stuff start to shift like that?
So
you know?
After college. So this is how I got into it and was like, all right, I need to take this serious. Okay. I was in college at LIU. I was like, bro, this school suck. It's cold out here. Everything just wasn't going as planned. Then I got suspended for a meet. Long story short, I just came off a hamstring injury out there. It was freezing cold at track meet, like 30 degrees, pouring rain. I competed in long jump, the only event I was signed up for that day. I got like first or second in long jump, and they wanted me to practice high jump at the meet.
Okay.
And they lied about having the track, so they wanted me to practice high jump at meets in warm-ups instead of waiting and doing it at school or wherever we can find a high jump thing. But because it was pouring rain and everything I brought was wet, I just went to the bus. So when I got back to the school and everything, bro, that was where everybody was just like chilling and resting until their event and everything. And my event was like in the beginning of the track meet. Because if you know track, you start at like 9 a.m., you could be there till like 5 or 6 o'clock. And I have no extra clothes and everything I have is soaked. So I'm like, bro, I'm not doing high jump. I probably should have told the coach, like, yo, this was going on. And I was coming up a hamstring injury, so I'm like, yeah, nah.
Was the hamstring injury from track?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, nah, bro, this is dead. I'm not gonna lie. Just from my body, the whole thing, whatever. When I got suspended there, I literally just dropped out of school. I was like, yeah, I already don't.
And
like
you
this.
dropped out of school, and the TikTok stuff was working at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
this is, you had 20 to 30K on TikTok then?
At that time, I had like 50. So
okay.
I progressed to like 50K around that time, and I got flown out for a park takeover like a month before that.
A Ball is Life takeover?
Nah, it was some random brand. They flew like me, Cam Wilder, Brandon Bellotti.
That was early on then, because Cam didn't have no type of...
He was still low-key big, though. I think at that time he had like 500K, 600K.
Really?
Yeah, he's been... Because he was doing the skits at that time.
Oh, okay.
So he had something. He definitely had one of the highest, for sure, of our group.
Wow.
I think everybody was over 100K besides me. I was at like 45, 50. But everything I was doing was like low-key booming, so I fit in. And I was the most athletic of the group. So that
No
helps
shade.
a little bit. Yeah.
No shade.
Put on a little bit of a show when we're hooping. Right?
So after the college, what happened? That's when you went back to California?
Nah, I came back here. I've been here since then. I used to work at Amazon, so I was in the office area though. Central operations. Low key a solid job if I need a little part time gig. Cool little bread. They offered me to be like manager and everything there, so I was just working there, going to the gym after or before or whatever, making my little content, and just stacking up that bread, putting whatever bread I get in that to obviously bills and then just investing more.
So was
in
there ever
content.
even like a moment where you're contemplating like, okay, I'm doing this content stuff, okay, I'm gonna go chase this content stuff and do this dunking, like, or did it just kind of happen and you're like, okay, this is just what I'm doing now?
It just gonna happen. I'm just like, at the end of the day, I was like, I want to be an athlete of some sort. Like, right now, I've tied the world's highest max vert.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have the athleticism to do something athletically, and I'm gonna use that at the age I am. So I'm just in the gym training, doing everything, and just trying to grow on social media. Then I got invited to the Balls Like Dunk contest, and that's what kind of like took everything over for me as far as like dunking.
That's when like you started getting noticed a lot more.
Yeah.
What did you do to increase your dunk like that? Like your vert? You said that you're tied
Just
for the
been
highest
alive.
vert. Yeah, but what does that mean? Okay. This is the truth, right? So the goal is to try to inspire people. So what we try to think is, okay, there's another guy out there. His name is Tony Crosby.
Tony Crosby. Okay.
Right.
Tony Crosby. We helping him.
Yeah. So he is 5'6.5",
Okay.
right? He can grab rim a little bit. He's only 15. He can grab rim a little bit.
Okay.
He said, man, I want to be a pro dunker because Tony has inspired me. Tony Crosby has inspired me so much.
Yeah.
So what can that kid do? Obviously, your natural born athleticism, it plays a huge role. But let's say that this kid has the same type of stuff, but he just can't do the stuff that you do.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You know, because there's, bro, I have friends that are 5'6" that are stupid athletic, but I could never imagine them dunking a basketball.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but they're
most
dumb
definitely.
athletic, super fast, crazy. Really, I don't know how tall my friend Malik is. He's a bucket, though. I've never even seen him try to jump. He probably can jump high,
Yeah.
but yours is, you just said tied for the world record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that doesn't really have anything to do with height because it's vert.
Yeah, it's
you know?
strictly how
It's,
high
it's strictly
you
just
get
vert.
off the ground.
But when you compare it to a basketball rim, and this guy's going to grab this ball, and he's going to go dunk this basketball and do a East Bay, a windmill, behind the back, reverse dunk, whatever, catch it off an alley in game. You be doing this stuff in game too. How can Tony Crosby, or whoever's watching, just increase their vert and athleticism? Like, what's the key?
So Tony Crosby, well, one, have to just be consistent with sports. Like when I was growing up, all I did was I played video games a little bit, but it was really at my cousin's house. They had a trampoline basketball court in their backyard. They had like a mini hoop.
Mm-hmm.
That was like adjustable. So either we were playing 21 on the concrete or they'd flip it over and we'd be on the trampoline playing basketball. Then they had a little Nerf hoop upstairs and we was playing that. And it's just like the consistency of one, that kind of helped me learn how to dunk, do different things, all that. And just building like that athleticism at a young age. Like if you're young, please go do as much as you can of everything. Because when you get to like my age, like 25, 21, you can't jump 6 days a week. You can't, you have to train a lot smarter, which is the right way to train. But when you're young, building those like base attributes, I would say, are super important.
And just like coordination comes from all those things too. Being able to grab the basketball out like in the air when you're jumping or stuff like that.
Yep.
So did you ever have anybody in your ear when you was saying and you're being vocal about what you're doing, like your parents, your family? Did you have anybody in your ear that was like kind of setting limitations on you? Or were you setting limitations on yourself at any point?
Honestly, I was worried about being successful. I'm like, damn, if I do this, I want to go all in and like just see how it goes. Like give it a year, give it whatever, give it a couple years, and if I could do it full time, I'll do that full time. But if not, like I need to find.
Yeah, but it's something like Adam, bro.
Yeah.
You do one thing and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this full time." It's not a traditional route.
Yeah, not at all. It's
because
definitely weird.
It makes no sense. Like, oh, I'm gonna kick, and that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, are you gonna play in the NFL? No. I'm not. I'm gonna film content. I'm gonna film me kicking.
Yeah,
Okay,
nah,
dunking. Oh, I'm gonna dunk. Are you gonna be Are you gonna go play in the NBA? No. I'm gonna go dunk.
Sounds crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it definitely
You know what I
sounds
mean?
crazy.
Even with the brand, like
Yeah.
our world has changed so much. So the natural like ways that things used to happen for success to be there, those aren't the routes that we have to take. Usually, if I want to build a brand, I have to open a store. I have to get it in another store. I have to sign a big athlete that wears my stuff, or I have to get a magazine to cover. The world has changed to where, hey, I have this stuff right here. I ship it online. I don't have anything in a store, but we're building somewhat of success off of it. So that's like, I don't know if I even like, I might have interrupted you if I did.
No, you good.
But,
just the people. I feel like my dad, he like looks at me real highly of just everything I've done, from even just going to college to just going D1 at something I didn't even do.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if he knows how I am as a person. If I'm doing it, I'm finna go all in, and if I'm doing it, it's probably like a somewhat smart decision that's been thought out. As far as like everybody else, just like recording everything in the gym. And just recording dunks. Like, obviously, if you hoop at the gym and that one guy, like, dunks after the game, usually a lot of people are like, what is bro doing? Or, like, come on. Or, like, I don't know. So you get a lot of weird looks from other people and stuff like that. But I ain't let it bother me. I was just like...
Okay, so early on when you're doing it, before people know you walk in the gym, like, oh, that's Tony. I've seen his videos dunking. Before that phase... I bet people were looking at you weird because it's like you're walking in here and you have a camera. What are you in here filming? Yeah. Then they see you play. Now, this is my personal experience. You suck at basketball, but you're great at dunking. Right? That's my personal experience. And I'm not
We're going to set up the ones for y'all, too.
No, we're not.
We can set up the ones.
No, because I can't even make a layup. You like, boing, and I'm going to block it off the back. No, I'm just playing. But you are... No, you can hoop for real. I'm not. I'm just playing. But at the end of the day, you're not. You don't even look to play like, oh, I'm gonna play point guard and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull up this three and like that's most like shorter point guards. Yeah. That's all that they do. So when they see you come in, it's like, okay, what does this guy do? But you're not like a
complete opposite.
Yeah, you play like a big.
Yeah.
Because you're getting the rebounds. You're blocking people, and you're going up for putbacks, you're going up for alleys, you're going up for dunks. Yeah. So when you walk into the gym early on, what is like people's reaction, and then what is their reaction when they see what you just did? Like, honestly, dang, bro, he just caught it out. Like, that's crazy.
Most people were shocked, but then I also got like the like non-hoopers, like just the casual hoopers, like they were all like, oh, that's crazy. Wow, look at bro. But when I started getting into the space of like hooping with college athletes or different pros and stuff like that, I feel like what I did was kind of looked down upon because I was making money playing a sport that they want to make money off of, or they train.
And they position themselves as being better.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm better than him at whatever. So I don't know. I just feel like when I went to certain runs sometimes, I have like a target on my back. Or like, oh, he's not going to dunk today, or just stuff like that. Just trying to prove something to me. And yeah, I feel like everybody can make money doing what they do.
And that's a... pretty much like what I was just saying earlier about like doing it the non-traditional way. Yeah. A lot of people hate because they don't know how to do it how you do it, or how to do what we do how we do it. Yeah. And I compare Adam a lot, or even somebody like D. Like, you're able to do something on YouTube, social media in general, make buku money from it, doing something, and you're doing what you love. Like, Adam goes and, kick somewhere. If he's around other like pro kickers, they like mumble like, oh, like, oh, there's a social media guy. Yep. There's that social media guy. But the thing is that they don't click in their head is like, you're just hating on somebody that's finding success being in a worse position than you.
Adam is probably the most known kicker. If not, I would say like top 3. There's probably a few NFL kickers that are like... No.
Yes, okay, go ahead.
There's a couple, like the staples. Like
kickers, like real, actual pro kickers,
yeah.
They're all, and not using weird in a bad way, but like they're weird in their own way to where they have their little niche that they show up, they kick, but then on the other end, they're just like a video game guy or a regular, the stereotypical kicker is not a social media.
True. Yeah, no, for sure. as far as social media, he's definitely like #1 kicker in the world. But I'm sure like you can imagine how that makes someone in the NFL feel that like, oh, this guy that kicks on the field, he doesn't have this. He's just kicking. I could do that. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
And he's known.
he's
It's
not
just,
playing on a team. There's no defense. There's nobody trying to block. There's no snap and hold.
It's just a lot of like hate sometimes with people, and it's like I don't get why you're mad. You're making millions doing what you're doing. I'm doing well doing what I'm doing. We're both like showing love to the sport at the same time. So
yeah,
know.
it goes to like the Jake Paul boxing. You know, some people hate it because he's ruining boxing. But I'll tell you what, and I don't want to say that I'm like some Jake Paul fan or something like that. But what I will say is I've watched more boxing with him in it than I have without him in it because I wanted to see what was going on. And I know that there's other people that, whether they're fans of him or maybe they're fans of boxing, they watch it because they want to see him lose. But I guarantee that he's helped the sport of boxing 10 times more, inspired other people that, same with your situation, same with Adam's situation, same with Jake Paul or a D or whoever that's doing it in a different way. You inspire people to say, hey, I'm going to go try to dunk and post on social media. Hey, I'm going to go try to kick. I'll tell you what, I've never in my life thought I would be wanting to watch somebody kick a football. I don't really, that's boring. But when you find people that do it in a different way,
definitely makes it interesting.
Why do you think they changed the rule in the NFL, like the kickoff rule? Because they're tired of kickoffs being boring. They want more action. They want people to return the ball. Because the kick itself is a waste of time. Like just watching somebody kick a touchback.
Yeah, true.
So I'm kind of went off on a rant, but just saying, like, you guys don't deserve any hate. If anything, it should be looked at as more inspiring because you took a disadvantage that you had of like, hey, I didn't play college basketball. I didn't get a pro tryout playing basketball, but I'm still going to play basketball, and this is what I'll make a living doing. You know what I mean?
That's what makes them mad. It's like, oh, bro, I played here and da-da-da-da, and I'm working in the office. I want to hoop. It's like he's not better than me. I don't know. It's just a weird little comparison. It's like, I don't know.
Social media makes it really easy for people to give their opinions too.
Definitely.
And it's like you give your opinion, but
I feel like it's people that it's the like troll social media side of it that people think like that's what everybody on social media does. It's like, oh, he dunks the ball. He's probably, I don't know, doing something joking or faking his videos or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm just actually telling them so I can actually jump high. And they don't see that side all the time.
So what's some challenges that you face that people don't know about or they don't expect?
Staying healthy, honestly.
That's something that was at the top of my mind.
Definitely huge because I love to hoop. Like I told everybody, I have to cut that down a lot just based on what events I have coming up or how my body feels. Like I would love to go hoop 4 times a week and just, let me go dunk this, do that. But it's just not.
It takes a toll on your body.
Yeah, it's not realistic. It's either do that, not train as much as I need to, or train as much as I need to, and not do that and be healthy, or do both and then everything's falling apart.
It's probably hard for you to stay healthy because you're coming down from the rim further than most people are that are doing what you're doing. Like me, I'm almost 6'3". I'm 6'2.5", you know. But if I'm just doing a tomahawk dunk, I'm barely having to get off the ground, really. Even though the sad part is I can't really do that. Being 6'3".
Fair.
So you have a lot further to come down. So it's making a big toll it's having a big toll on your body.
Yep.
What is let me see. God, I just had something come to my head. What do you have to say to the people that say, and maybe you say this too, if I had that height, if I had that thing, if I had that camera, I know that this is a thing just in our life in general, they allow their circumstance to limit them.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they look at somebody else that says, if I had his bounce, I would do blah, blah, blah. If I had his height, I would be blah, blah, blah. If I had his knees, whatever it is.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like the excuses in like any facet of things. So I'm like, I get he's black. And I'm like, all right, well when I was 17.
That's a big part of it. Let's be real here. Because I'm playing.
That's what I'm like. If you trained for, I don't care the color of people's skin. I don't care your history or whatever. Unless you have like a major disability, I'm not gonna say you'll be me, but if you did something similar to what I did and was in the gym as much as I am, and did everything I did for the last, I started playing sports at 4. I'm 21.
Yeah.
Last 21 years of my athletic
You're
life.
21?
No, like
Oh, I
4
was like,
plus 21.
I thought you just said you're 25. I was like, dang.
I started at 4. I'm 25 now. So
Yeah,
those
yeah.
21 years of me doing athletic
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
stuff, you would be quite athletic too.
Yeah. So you give props to more of like your process and your routines.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Just doing athletic stuff.
Yeah. Because like when I was I got to college at 17. Well, I graduated high school at 17 and turned 18 right before college. At that time, like I could dunk, but I was not like dunking anything crazy. In like high school, I didn't train weight room wise a lot. I did a lot of plyometrics, all that good stuff. But I wasn't the athlete that I came today, or like dunking wise or anything, until I started like actually lifting and training. And like, all right, now I squat 45. Now I
Okay,
clean.
so here we go. This is somewhat of the question I asked you earlier because you said, well, I've always just played sports, so that's why. But that's why you got there. So how have you gotten to this point now? What is some key things in the gym that you've seen the biggest impact?
As far as workout wise, squat like 45. I weigh 175. So if I can push up that weight in a somewhat explosive manner, when I have just my 175 dunking, it should be pretty easy to move that weight. As far as cleans go,
So you work on more explosive, or you're like, you lift heavier weights too?
I lift heavier, but the whole point of it is to try to move those weights as explosively as you can.
Okay.
Depending on like your training cycle and what's going on. So like if I'm just say I'm healthy, lifting, I'm moving weight, even if it's 225 or 405, I want to try to move it with the same intent with both of them.
Because you're working on explosiveness. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's some other workouts? You said squats?
Cleans, RDLs, big one, Nordic curls, a lot of like the just typical Olympic lifting. And then I do isometrics every day. Try to keep the tendons.
This is just like being in a position and holding it?
Yeah. So like a leg extension, leg press hold.
Split squat
wall
type
squat.
of stuff?
Yeah, wall sit, split squat. And then just obviously progress. May do a body weight at first. Then at a 10-pound, then 20s and 40s. So building that up, so just building a tolerance of my tendons so I can stay healthy. Plyometrics, obviously. Like I said, I grew up mainly doing plyometrics just through all the sports that I played. So
How do you eat?
Mainly chicken, seafood, ton of water.
I see that you and your girl be out to eat a lot, though.
Not as much anymore. She be cooking it up. Eat some steak here and there now. But I get a little Wagyu. Some solid. But yeah, diet's pretty
That's how I know you got money. Wagyu steak.
I found a solid.
It's like 50 beans for a steak that's this
I
big.
found a solid little place out here that got them for like 20 a pop for the little sirloins like that size.
20?
Yeah, it's solid.
Bro.
That's like regular
That's
steak
like
prices.
4 ounces of steak.
It's like 8.
And you're full off of that. No.
You gotta get some sides in there. You gotta get right. You gotta get right. Diet is important though, for sure. I feel like the water aspect is huge.
How much water do you drink?
At least like a gallon a day.
At least? But you don't carry around a gallon. And you got soda in your cup. Is that soda?
Nah, that's banana juice.
Banana juice?
Yeah. Try something new there.
What is banana juice? Like it's like just juice?
You wasn't supposed to get that out.
Hold up. What is...
That wasn't supposed to...
What is that, bro? I didn't even know they had juice.
So the little Mexican spot I go to, they got like watermelon juice. They got like the agua fresca. So they got like pineapple, melon.
It's not a smoothie.
Nah.
It's
really
just
like
juice.
It's a juice. I don't know how they make it. But I tried it last time and I was like, I'm going to try this next time I go. This was the next time I went.
You got any banana juice back there? That's crazy, bro. I've never even heard that.
Yeah, the banana juice. But I chugged the whole, I didn't chug. I drank the whole bottle of water before I came in. And then I was like, I'm not going to drink another water in that by the time I leave here. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but that and a liquid IV, just so I can like intake all the water.
Do you do any recovery stuff like ice bath, cold plunge, or I guess that's the same thing, cold plunge, sauna, stuff like that?
So hot yoga is my like form of recovery.
But you just started doing that recently, didn't you?
It's been like 4 months now. It's been
you've noticed a big difference?
Yeah, for sure. It's huge. I love it. Like that's when I'm hurting, I'm going to hot yoga. It sucks in there sometimes, but getting it done, leaving like I feel like it's a detox one, just all the sweat and everything, and then just holding those certain positions. Also improving like my balance and stability with things because That's how a lot of injuries happen. It's like certain things not being as stable as they should
So
be.
have you noticed a difference, like even with your performance in there? Like I used to not be able to do
Oh
this,
yeah,
and now
I'll be in there doing a headstand. I'll be on one
really,
leg, all out. But I'm a dog in yoga now. I'm not gonna lie. I tell you, anything I do, I'm finna like get in there and lock it. I'm a dog in yoga.
that's cool, bro. That's a good mentality though, because something that I've struggled with is like I like commit and then like back out and commit and back out, and that's really this whole brand has kind of been. One, a motivator, but also the inspiration is because of I struggle with self-doubt when I like to this day, really, even doing this podcast stuff. Like I think about it, I overthink. I was just telling my fiance, like I feel like I want to do this, like talking about this podcast right here, this episode. I said I was like I want to do this, but something in me like feels like I don't know. It's like I'm not good enough. In my mind, like I tell myself that a lot. And then when I push through things, obviously I feel better, but I've fallen victim of that mentality a lot, But it's inspiring to like hear like you don't even entertain that stuff. You're like, if I'm about to do it, I'm about to do it.
I just like worst come to worst. If you don't like it, eventually like obviously quit. But even when like I'm thinking about now, possibly Call of Duty coming out, so I might stream that a little bit. I grinded out getting my Twitch monetized. Another random thing, like I tell you, when I just do it, I'm just gonna do it. I was on Twitch like 8 hours a day at one point, just rocking out.
Dang.
Just to try to see if I could like get it monetized. Got it.
They
monetized.
say like TikTok Live is a
so
cool
I'm like
thing too.
I'm thinking about streaming now. So I'm like I might get a little computer set up, all that, and start streaming just cause. But like with anything, I feel like if you just do it, just go all in. Worst come to worst. I mean, if you wasted a month, we're all young. It's not gonna kill you to like.
Yeah.
See what happened with it, and if you didn't, and it turns out to be good, then you
win.
Changed your whole life.
Yeah, and it's better. Really, it's better to continue in that mindset than it is to ever say, you know what, I'm just gonna go this one route. And nothing wrong with having a job because you have to support your family, you have to do whatever. But there's a lot of dreamers out there, or people that want to chase a dream and they're hesitant. So I try to not. I try not to talk to the people that don't really care about it, that don't really like. I don't try to like belittle somebody for like having a job because you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. But mostly everybody deep down in their heart has something that they want to do, and the main reason why people don't do it is because they're scared of what the outcome may be, or
people think it's a big one too. Like what people think about them trying to be.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to do.
But it ultimately goes back into your own head because if I say, hey, I'm going to build this clothing brand and this is what I'm going to do with this clothing brand. And Tony says, well, this, and you put a bunch of limitations in me. It's up to me if I accept those limitations and say, you know what, he's right. Or I say, hey, bro, you're my friend. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm pushing for. I'll take some criticism along the way, but this is my goal and my dream.
Definitely.
So if I let you limit me, like at the end of the day, it's still, I'm the one that has to put in the work. Now, if I'm saying, hey, me and you are going to go in on this and you're like, hey, well, you're supposed to be the one that's funding it and you back out of it. And it's like, then things might shift. But if it's something I want to do, I'm still going to figure out how to do it. Not allowing your 5'6.5" circumstance make you not be a pro dunker because it's not usual. It doesn't make sense. I feel like a lot of people are scared to, I am too, but scared to go after their dream, especially if they've been doing something for a long time. Like, I'm not going to say who this is because I don't want them to feel like blasted. But let's say that there's this person A and they have been working as a police officer for 23 years. And in reality, they've just been doing that because of the money and they haven't loved it. But what they really want to do is they want to work on motorcycles. That's what they want to do. It's difficult for that person to leave the only thing that they've known since they were young because they're, let's say, 55. You're 55, it's hard for you to say, okay, I'm going to leave this and do this. So we don't work at it at all because we think it's not possible. Excuse me. Instead, we need to, shift everybody's mindset to being the type of people that work on things gradually instead of, you don't have to jump and just jump ship and, hey, this is what I do now. No, but you plan for it like it's possible. Because if you plan for it like it's not possible, you're not going to make any moves. And when you want it to happen the most, let's say you wanted it to happen by the time you were 60, but you haven't been planning for it at all. You haven't been planning that jump. You haven't been buying your shop. You haven't been buying the first motorcycle to work on. You haven't been watching YouTube videos, learning as much as possible.
That's a big part too.
Just learning?
I feel like with me, because I did the shoe reviews and stuff now.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has like stuff they want to do, but it's like, okay, I want to do this, and they put action with no knowledge, and it just leads to nowhere. Like with anything you do, especially it taught me when I started doing my like shoe reviews and shoe page. Like, great, I love shoes, I buy shoes, but I had to learn like the ins and outs of every shoe, when this drops, what's in this shoe, and just applying that knowledge to anything you do and trying to be the best at that.
Yeah.
Because it can be something as simple as shoes or something as simple as building or messing with motorcycles. You need to be knowledgeable on it for sure. Yeah.
Well, like with clothes, bro, this kind of happened randomly. And it was like, I had a brand that wasn't what I was like I'm trying to be a photographer, bro. Like, I'm trying to be the most famous photographer, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But same with that. It kind of just happened without me. I wasn't the most, still to this day, I wasn't the most like, I need to learn everything. I need to just be what do you call it? Like I need to be obsessed with learning in that thing. I didn't do that. So I had a limitation that I hit. Even though my dreams were coming true, I had a limitation that I hit. And it's the same with this because, hey, bro, we made shorts. But I need to understand these shorts. I need to understand, why is this popular right now? I need to understand, what are other clothing items that could be popular soon? What is the fit, the measurement of certain clothes? What's the most popular colors of clothes in certain seasons? Yeah. When do seasons start? When do people look for a certain sweater? When do people look for shorts? When do they want? Huh?
I said that's when you hit that next level.
And that's what I need to get my mind on. And I've been thinking about it. We're working on like athletic wear and stuff like that more than just shorts, because I want this to be a real business to where, hey, I show up, I work at Dreamer Outfits. I have employees maybe, but I work there and I'm running this company that is doing things in a lot of different areas instead of it just being, hey, I'm shipping out shorts, because this is temporary if I don't ever
expand it.
If I don't ever expand my mind, though, if I don't ever expand my knowledge and I just live in this right now, it's the same with like our dream, bro. We'll have a dream, but if we don't apply like the hunger of trying to learn to that dream, when it gets there or that opportunity does finally get there, you're not prepared at all, because you don't have anything to offer other than what you already know, and that's nothing because you just got there.
Yeah.
Sorry for these rants.
No, you're good. That makes 110 cents. That's why I just want people to know. Like, if you want to be that basketball creator, you want to go do whatever, yeah, it's great to go hoop, go in the gym, be in the gym a lot. But figure out, like, what are the other big basketball creators doing? Mm-hmm. What is their video style? What are their best videos? Like, I remember at a point where I was looking up, even now, like my shoe page, I'll look up the most trendy basketball shoe videos. Like, there's one now where it's like, okay, how your shoes traction looks when you get them brand new versus a couple wears. Like, something so simple that I probably would never think of. Mm-hmm. But just off doing my research and everything, now those videos are growing my page, helping me reach more people and certain things like that. So just applying that to anything that you do.
So how does... I don't know. I lost my train of thought here. He said,
I was thinking of something because you was talking about. Oh no, you was talking about the doubt, the whole doubt part.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that even to this day, bro, when I go do stuff, even in my last recent trip, I doubt myself all the time. I feel like I even sometimes hurt my own self. The mind is powerful. Just thinking like, damn, what if my knee hurts today, or what if I don't perform well, or what if I miss this first dunk? And I don't know. Doubt is like normal. It happens, but just don't let it limit you.
It's like let it pass by. Yeah. Like it's all that doubt is a thought. It's not a circumstance.
Yeah, definitely.
It only becomes a circumstance when you let it become that circumstance.
Yeah, when you, like,
when you
soak in
overthink that first dunk and then you actually miss it because
Yeah.
you've been thinking, what if I miss it? What if I miss it?
Oh.
What if you make it? What if it's the craziest dunk
That's
you've
the
ever done?
mindset. I feel like I still even need to get there to a point where, like, instead of thinking of what could go wrong, what could go good, what happens if I do win this, what happens if I hit this new dunk in a contest, or just anything like that. Like, I'm still growing with that mindset, and it's just, I know people that start off probably deal with that more than I do, but just showing that, like, at all levels of everything, there's still that doubt. But just you have to push through it.
At all levels, seriously.
Yeah.
Because, like, bro, this brand is, and I, not to like bring up this, like I feel like this is just a big talking point regardless, because it's like what this is, like this is why I'm able to do podcasts, because it's funding me to be able to have the time to do this. So when I bring it up, it's for a good reason, because it's impacted me so much. But even with like the level that it's at now, I never thought that this was possible. Like, this makes zero sense. It was a dream and a goal, but I wasn't really working towards that how I should have been, because I didn't really believe that it was possible at all. But just seeing where it's at now and looking back, it's like, bro, imagine where it could really get if I don't make decisions out of fear. Because I've made a lot of decisions out of fear. Oh, I can't do that because of blah, blah, blah. Oh, I can't do that because of blah. Like, taking risks are important, but taking calculated risks that aren't, I guess, governed, like they're not controlled by your self-doubt. Don't make decisions where your self-doubt is the leader of that decision. Have your confidence there. Allow the self-doubt to just go and pass through, because like, what the heck could this turn into if I really, you know?
And you've got everybody in the shorts thing there. It's kind of crazy. I think it's crazy, at least.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. I'm in it, so it's hard for me to view it from that perspective, because it's like, okay, this is what I do now. I sell shorts.
I get the same thing, because everybody's like, oh, how was Abu Dhabi? How was Dubai? How was... I just feel like, yeah, it was cool. It's tiring. I don't like traveling, really, but everybody's like, oh, it's amazing that you get to do this, this, and that. I'm just... Even when I was there, I tried to sit and, like, kind of just enjoy the moment. When I was dunking on the court, just, like, looked around for a second and tried to, like, soak in these things, because a lot of people will probably never get to do that or be in that place. So, I don't know. Probably both.
What is your goal? Like, what's your big goal? Like, what are you
Honestly,
trying to do, or you just stay in the moment?
I just try to expand on everything I do. I feel like I don't have an end goal right now. It's just like, okay, as far as dunking, see how far I can take the dunking. I've expanded to like the shoe side, like I've said, trying to expand as far as I can with that, and then just keep finding new things that I like, don't like, and then expanding on the things that I do like, and I'm already doing. So, just go from there.
All right, to close it out, bro. What's like the like if there's something to say to the people that watch this podcast, what's something that maybe I didn't ask you or go over that you want to make sure that they know, because you think it could change their whole perspective?
One thing I'll tell people is to talk to people. People like good people, and you never know who you might run across. And don't always just be nice just because you know somebody to somebody. Like, somebody is big or connected to something. Like, you never know, the most regular guy that you meet at the gas station or whatever could be getting you to that next move. So treat everybody like they're, I don't know, big time, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, just being genuine. That's something that you've always showed me from the beginning too, bro. You've always showed love. I mean, even with this, like, the brand stuff, you show up wearing a Dreamer beanie. Nobody even got that, for real. We dropped them, but I took them off the website.
I like my
Dreamer shorts.
beanie.
Always wearing Dreamer every time, bro. You definitely wear these shorts.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, no.
So much, bro. You wear it more than I do.
2-3 times a day. Probably go through like 2 pairs a day minimum every single day. Wear a pair to the gym. Might have like a yoga pair. Probably go to sleep in a pair. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. How you think these are gonna do right here, bro?
I like that color.
These are kids, but I have them in adults too. We're gonna drop these on Christmas.
Okay. I was seeing a vision, because I'm like, okay, great color, but based off of what people like.
Yeah.
That's what's really important. Like, well, people wear red and green. But holiday time, Christmas colors, yeah, I like it.
And they match a certain Kobe shoe that I can't say the name of because
Yep.
I might get sued.
I already got some stuff planned to put that together, and shorts and shorts. I like bright colors, personally.
Say
Like,
less.
I wear a lot of like basic colors, so when I have the Dreamer shorts, I'm able to like, implement them a lot into my clothing. So I just wear a white shirt or a black shirt, colorful shorts, colorful shoes to match the Dreamer shorts. You know?
How many shorts do you think you got?
Right now, probably like 40. I think
40 pairs of shorts.
yeah, somewhere around there.
That's tough.
My girl got a couple pair too. She literally has 5 pairs of just the white signature ones.
I see her wearing them a
She
lot.
wears them every day.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, well, if I'm wearing Dreamer shorts every day, you can't just be out here with like these. It just doesn't
These
look
random
right.
shorts.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. I know you like some over here. Like, she's like, oh, these the ones I like. All right, well. So
Well,
she rock out.
I genuinely am inspired by you, bro. And
I appreciate
like
that.
watching you just continue to go, even if sometimes you just don't stop, bro. Sometimes you'll have a lot of views on something, and sometimes it won't really do much. But then you have multiple pages that you do different things. You're at some event. You're never really in a bad mood that I've seen.
Yeah,
And
try
you
not
always
to.
try to stay positive, and you always keep pushing. And I think that you're a great candidate to, not that this show is anything like, crazy yet. I'm
Not yet.
gonna speak, life into it, but I'm honored to be able to like sit with you. Hopefully people are able to learn something from this
I
or
appreciate it.
gain some inspiration because I don't know, you've set a standard for like what it means to even be a dreamer, like
Thank you.
without even doing it. You seem like you kind of did a lot of stuff, and it's just who you are and built in you without overthinking it or thinking it through. You're just kind of like, this is who I am. That's not going to limit me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go here. Oh, look, it happened. That
Yeah.
seems like a lot of it. It's not luck. It's
Yeah. I'm just a problem solver at the end of the day. I feel like
Yeah.
something don't work. This is one thing too that I gotta mention. I hate people that sit there and act like, especially at this age, that just the world's over because of one mistake or figure it out. Like obviously you could sit in it, you could be sad for the day, whatever. But all right, what's the next move? Like you said, the views was low on some. All right, I'm gonna try this shoe page, make a whole new account. Let's burn this out, see if we can grow this, and I don't know. You just find solutions to everything, not
Yeah.
just in social media side, but just anything you do in life to be able to keep advancing.
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Of course.
Thank you
It's fun.
for coming on Mindset of a Dreamer.
Nice, dreamer.
Yep. Tony Brosby's cousin, Tony Crosby.
Tony Crosby gonna be real bouncy too with the tips.
Appreciate you, bro. It
Of
wasn't
course.
recording the whole time.
Oh snap! Sure, we can run it back.
How the fuck I woke up dreaming? Reality looking better. I'm getting rid of these demons. My dreams ain't really deceiving. Hey, it's so saving. You want it back, gotta crave it. Baby, I feel like David. My mind is healthy, I know it. My mind is better, I show it.